Love the new song out you have out, Christmas Island. I'm curious, so in the beginning, who are some of the musical influence you had when you were growing up?
Growing up, oh man, it was everything from early Kenny Chesney, Tim McGraw, a little bit of rock, a little bit of trop rock like Jimmy Buffett, um, Aerosmith, like arena rocks. Kind of my sound is a bit of a combination of all of those things. Um, I really love melodies, and I'm a melody guy. So everything is tries to be super melodic. I loved listening to like R&B growing up as well. So that's kind of my influences. Yeah.
You have Christmas Island out now. Did you have in mind you wanted to write a holiday single, or did it just come your way?
Well, I last year I had actually the past 2 years I've had a romantic holiday singles written about a certain someone, but that certain someone is no longer part of the picture. So I kind of had to write a song that was reflective of the current Christmas that we're season that we're in. So I kind of set out to write a whole heartbreak EP earlier this year. It's called Found and Lost, and it's like 6 songs, and it's a whole journey through the story of a heartbreak. My music is three chords and the truth. So this song is sort of an extension of that story and that storyline. And there's a line in the bridge that connects it to a couple of my other songs. I released a single called "Return a Ring" in June, and then a song called "Diamonds Are Forever" last year as well. So there's a whole storyline that weaves through. I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but I'm going to leave it up to y'all to figure it out.
I mean, the tagline for this is, it's this is what happens when you fully commit to the naughty list.
Yeah, yeah, right. That was actually my producer that said that. Ryan Brasati, he did a great job producing this song, and he was like, "Wow, this song is really like the naughty list," and we realized kind of is. I mean, it's a different take on Christmas romance, and we're down here in the tropics. I'm in Florida right now, sweating. Usually, I'm freezing during the holiday season and up in the snow, but it's a different year this year, and we're taking advantage of it.
What's your songwriting process? Do you need to have a little hook or a line that comes to you before you craft the music around it?
Yeah. I definitely start with more melody driven stuff just because that's kind of what I'm always thinking about. Lyrics usually come second for me. But for this one, I really I knew that I was wanted to do something different for Christmas. So I just kind of like sort of made this up like a few months ago. And what do I want to do for Christmas this year? Well, there's let's go party it up, And we actually did it, and we're playing a whole run of shows this week to wrap the year. Like I said, I'm down in Florida right now, and we made it a reality. It started with an idea. Let's just go have fun for Christmas. Let's get in the sun and get out there, and um, made it into a reality. So the process is varies for each song, but this one really just came from an initial idea of I know that there's other beachy Christmas songs. Kenny Chesney, "All I Want for Christmas Is a Real Good Tan" is one of my favorites, and maybe I'll do a little cover of that soon. But every song, the process is different for every song. But the thing that really remains true through all of it is that it comes from a real life place for me.
I know you mentioned Ryan Brasati and Mike Zara actually helped you both with this particular song. How hands-on are you though when it comes to the music you make in the production side?
I'm pretty hands on. I I give a lot of notes throughout the demo process, throughout the recording process, and I do not have a super vast knowledge of like the board and how to work everything in the studio, just because I spend most of my time out on the road or just writing. So the actual technical parts of it I struggle with, but I can hear it. So I'm always going back and forth with the producers and saying, like for example, there was something that was ringing in the mix of this song, and I couldn't quite tell what it was, and I was playing it through different speakers. I will always play songs like on my phone, on my headphones, on my computer speakers, on my truck speakers. I want to hear it like all the listeners are hearing it. You can't just hear it in the studio where they have $10,000 speakers and everything sounds good. So I try to hear it on every device that I have, and even like a little Bluetooth speaker that I have that's cheap that I just picked up. I want to hear how it sounds. So we picked up a little ringing, and I picked that up, and it was coming from a rattling of a cajon drum, and we were able to adjust the levels and stuff and fix it, in time for this song to come out. So I'm pretty like I'm not going to say I'm the best in the studio, but I can pick up stuff and I work pretty close with the producers to make it happen.
Okay, well, you have this song out and you're here in Florida. What are some of the other songs or people can expect from a live Bryan Ruby performance?
It's a fun gig. We go through I take them up in the beginning and then I go down in the middle of the set and I take them up back at the end. It's a lively set. My whole first EP is baseball country, so the type of country that you could hear at the ballpark. That's kind of the environment that I came from. I played 5 years of independent league pro baseball, and my dad's a high school baseball coach back home, and all of my first songs were kind of written in that environment while I was playing baseball. So they're meant to play big. So my show is big at the beginning. And then as we go into the heartbreak stuff, we kind of fall off emotionally and get a little bit more in the feelings. And then recently, like on this tour, I've been playing out a few songs I'm thinking about releasing early next year. We're going to take it back up again. I was down this past year because of the heartbreak, but we do a pretty rocking show, and I want to take it back up. And headed into 2025, there is so much to look forward to, so much new music and so much excitement. New year, halfway through this decade, which is crazy, and I want to bring the party.
You are an exceptional live performer, and is there a particular song of yours that you enjoy performing live the most?
Oh boy. Um, I've loved playing this new Christmas song out because people think Christmas song and they think, oh, it might be a little corny. And then they hear this and they're like, oh, this is a jam. So that's the one that's on my mind right now. But historically, I would say I love playing my debut single, Left Field. That was a song that I wrote about real life experience. The top of the chorus goes, gotta be who you are. And I came out as gay when I was 21, and that was the message that I wish I could have heard someone like me singing in country music. And it's just such a fun, upbeat song and a positive song, and it's by far the most successful song that I've had in my catalog. And I see such a positive fan response from that. So that's a personal favorite to play.
It must mean so much to you when people continue to reach out and have reached out to you, telling you how much it means to them that you were the first to sort of open their eyes and or either the first person to, give them permission to be themselves.
Yeah, it's cool. I get lots of messages from younger kids and younger versions of myself who love country music. Maybe they've played baseball. Maybe they're trying to make it as a songwriter in Nashville. And to all those people, I say, just keep going. Whatever you go through, whether it's heartbreak or loss, or I've been through a lot of that recently. And, you just got to keep pushing, get up every day and go to work. And that's the message that I've kind of just been living through all my music and the message that I want to live out in my next project that I just started as well. And that's a gritty country rock kind of vibe, but I feel like we're in this. I've lived in Nashville for 5 years now, and there's no turning back. You know, there's no backup plan, and I'm going to make it work. This is going to work. I get up and go to work every day, but this dream is going to work out. And I tell myself that every day. That's my mantra. And I'm just trying to make it a reality.
That's good advice too for upcoming songwriters as well.
Yeah. So whether you're in songwriting or in sports or whatever, it's a climb. It really is. Especially in Nashville, they call it a 10-year town. So there's a lot of artists, a lot of songwriters trying to make it, and a lot of songs being written every day. And to get something that cuts through the fray and gets people's attention is tough, but we're working at it.
We talked about Kenny Chesney being a great Christmas classic singer as well. Is there someone you would love to collaborate with on a song in the future?
Oh boy, man, so many people. I love Brothers Osborne. I love Brooke Eden. I love Angie K, great new artist whose song Golden is like one of my favorite songs of the year this past year. Carmen Diane is a great artist as well that I've got to know recently. Julie Williams, a ton of new artists in the Nashville scene that I would love to work with going forward.
You gave such a beautiful response to talking about people who are touched by the music you make, at least for that beautiful one, your initial, your poignant debut single. Is there anything you would like to share though with fans, or what would you like to say to people who are fans and supporters of the beautiful music that you make?
Well, I don't know. I would just say that I have a lot that's in the works that's coming out this next year. And I've spent most of the end of 2024 wrapped up in the studio, writing, recording, and I truly believe what we're about to release next is my best work. And um, if you followed along for the last couple years, you've heard me in baseball stadiums, you've heard me on top of the world, and you've heard me in the dumps after heartbreak. And this next project is me climbing my way out of it and finding out who my true friends are and who's in my corner and digging in and going to work and growing, and as a person, as a songwriter, and as a human. Um, and I feel like I've been growing with my fans, going through different stages of life. I've heard so many messages from people that might be tuning in today. And I would just say that I'm with you. I see every single one of those when you send a message on social media. It's me, and that's me. That's responding, and me that's commenting. And I really try to be a part of my fans' lives as much as they're part of my life. And it's so awesome to get to go to different places. I've been playing out. I played almost 80 gigs last year on the road, and this year is going to be quite a lot as well. So it's amazing to meet people for the first time and then see people start to come back show after show. So this is what I love doing, and I'm not going anywhere. And I'm digging in, and I'm going to work and making this dream a reality.